Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, a third Muslim military recruit has been added to the list of alleged victims of a Marine Corps drill instructor accused of terrorizing and abusing young men under his care. During their opening statements at his court-martial here Tuesday, military prosecutors said Gunnery Sergeant Joseph Felix put 2 Muslim recruits inside an industrial clothes dryers at the Marines' storied recruit training facility in Parris Island, South Carolina, starting it in one case. He's also accused of repeatedly slapping another Muslim recruit seconds before the young man jumped 3 stories to his death. Felix is charged with cruelty and maltreatment, obstruction of justice, drunk and disorderly conduct, and failure to obey a general order. He has pleaded not guilty. 20 Marine drill instructors were swept up this year in a broad investigation into claims of hazing and physical abuse targeting recruits at Parris Island, which the tradition-obsessed Marines consider hallowed ground. The scandal shocked the military community and appalled those in Congress with oversight of the armed forces. Several of those instructors face court-martial. One was already acquitted. Prosecutors say Felix called all 3 Muslim recruits terrorists and insulted their religion during whiskey-fueled tirades in July 2015 and March 2016. The new charges concern the alleged abuse of Recon Hawes. The Navy Criminal Investigative Service (NCIS) learned of the incident while questioning members of Felix's platoon at the Marines' storied recruit training facility in Parris Island, South Carolina, said Captain Joshua Pena, a Marine Corps spokesman. Hawes told investigators the drill instructor put him in a dryer but did not turn it on. In a small, ranch-style courtroom Tuesday, the burly former drill instructor scowled as one of his accusers, Lance Corporal Amir Bormesh, detailed his treatment as a boot camp recruit 2 years ago. Bormesh's story, along with the alleged maltreatment and suicide of Raheel Siddiqui in 2016, has galvanized the Marine Corps to confront issues of hazing, bullying and religious persecution in boot camp and beyond. Bormesh, 23, a hydraulic mechanic from Brooklyn, is stationed now at Camp Pendleton in California. He told the court he awoken in the middle of the night by shouts of, "Where's the terrorist?" He said 2 drill instructors marched him to the showers, where Felix elbowed him in the chin. "I could tell they were drunk," Bormesh said. "I smelled alcohol." After being forced to do push-ups, crunches and other exercises while in the shower, Bormesh said Felix and the other drill instructor, Sergeant Michael Eldridge, told him they needed to dry him off, so they took him to the Maytag room and made him to climb into an industrial-sized clothes dryer. Bormesh said they turned on the dryer, with him inside, 3 separate times. "I was tumbling in there," Bormesh said. "I was burning up." Eldridge also was charged over the alleged incident, but he is cooperating with the prosecution and is expected to face less severe punishment. He's one 76 witnesses likely to testify during Felix's court-martial, including 7 drill instructors in all. After each tumble, the dryer was turned off and the drill instructors asked him if he was still a Muslim, Bormesh testified. Twice he said he was, and they turned the dryer back on. So on the 3rd time, he said he was no longer a Muslim, and that's when his abuse stopped, for one night. The next night, Bormesh said, the same 2 drill instructors woke him again, this time tying him up while bent over, his head almost touching his legs. They then forced him to march and run around the squad bay, he said. Later the drill instructors made him yell Allahu Akbar, which in Arabic means God is great, while simulating the beheading of his platoon mate, Bormesh said. Military prosecutor Captain Corey Weilert asked Bormesh what he was thinking while trapped in the dryer. That I made a big mistake by joining the Marine Corps, he said. I lost all trust in my senior leaders and my brothers. Felix also is accused of terrorizing Siddiqui. After days of cruel treatment in March 2016, the recruit snapped, sprinted out of the squad bay and leapt over a rail, falling more than 40 feet onto a concrete staircase, according to military investigations. Siddiqui was pronounced dead hours later. A medical examiner said the cause was blunt force head trauma. The court ruled in July that actions leading up to Siddiqui's death are fair game during Felix's trial, and prosecutors brought up the incident early in their opening statement Tuesday. They did not suggest Felix was directly responsible for Siddiqui's apparent suicide, but they argued that his alleged treatment of the recruit was criminal and discriminatory. Recruit Rahil Siddiqui is deceased, said Lieutenant Colonel Michael Libretto, the judge, in his opening remarks to the member panel, a jury of 8 Marines of equal or superior military